problems with these this week, so I believe we are live. Welcome, Ruth, Les, Sommers to It's Rare. Ruthless.
Who's there? It's rare. Who's there? It's rare. Come fill your time, this pot's for all. From the Finger Lakes, join in the call. Learn something new about the Cuca Trail, upstate New York, every episode I tell. Who's there? It's rare. Who's there? It's rare. It's rare.
It gets me every time.
Bam.
What a great song.
I have a question on that song. Is that talking about meat?
What do you mean?
Meat?
Is that how you like your meat done?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also my last name.
I know.
And it is how I like my meat prepared, cooked.
Rare? Not
Rare.
medium rare?
Yeah.
Sometimes I go a little medium rare. I go a little bit on the medium side of rare. Yeah. What about you?
Rare's not rendered, right?
That depends on how you do it.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anything. We locked it. I swear to God, we locked it.
Dude, why does it happen every time?
I swear that I heard
locked it,
somebody
yeah.
on. It sounds like it's right upstairs, but I swear to God, I think that I heard somebody up on the second floor.
Yeah.
I think it's just the neighbors upstairs on the second floor.
Or maybe over at Angels too.
That might be what it's been this whole time.
No. I've caught people like leaving the door and walking down the street. So back
All
to
right.
it.
Well,
Sunday afternoon drinking.
so what's going on, guys?
Oh, nothing. How was I got to skip the restaurant last night. How was the restaurant, Ruth? How'd we do?
It was a great time.
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
Phil well behaved?
Oh, Phil was on his prime behavior. Drank mostly water, but yeah.
Jesse,
Phil.
somebody's got to help take care of your restaurant when you're not here.
I know. Ruth usually handles it pretty well.
I knew that they could, which is why I just sat there drinking water just in case.
Just in case.
Mostly, the most interesting part was the conversation
Oh,
between
good
Phil
God.
and this gentleman.
Every once in a while, I'd slide in, a Philism.
Yeah, my cousin Mia said that she'd be standing there and you'd say something to him.
Yeah.
And you'd
Yeah.
like burn the guy, and then you'd look at Mia like it was a sitcom and give her a look. And Mia said she couldn't hold it together because you kept going like giving her that look every time you throw a freaking smack at the guy.
Mia would like turn to the kitchen and just bend over laughing.
I was like, oh man, I miss Phil doing that. That's so sad.
I didn't really want to do that because I knew that he couldn't really understand it,
Yes.
like it's a
I
lot
know.
more fun to do that to somebody that, is going to get it. And it's not really cool to do it to somebody that doesn't get it. So I didn't feel good about it.
Who says it's not cool?
I do.
Oh.
I mean, I just personally don't think that it's a good idea to, make jokes about somebody that they don't understand.
And just so everyone knows, Phil's not a bully. It's not like this guy's got maybe he's got mental issues, but not
He
like,
does.
but not real
Yeah.
mental issues.
So this guy, like 5 years ago, threatened to punch me in the head, and I'm there with friends.
Uh-huh.
I think I was there with a lady,
Okay.
and he sat down with me. He just like walked up and sat down at our table, and
Oh, that's
started talking.
weird.
She went over to the bar. She didn't want to be part of that, right?
Yeah.
And he just like starts saying crazy stuff, and then all of a sudden he goes, what'd be really funny is if I punched you in the head. And I just looked him in the eyes and I said, I just don't think that's a good idea that wouldn't be a good decision for you. And then he left. He got kicked out eventually. But then up here, I'm standing outside visiting with some friends, and he just walks up and like, we're all standing in a circle like how you do. And he just walks up and like stands there like he's part of it. And then came inside, and I was like, all right, well, I was getting ready to leave, but I guess I'm staying and drinking water now because
Wow.
I wasn't gonna leave him in here with your crew.
Oh boy. Ruth had him. Ruth can take him.
I would send him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd have sent him out. She'd have tossed
Should have sent him
Well, Phil
out
kept
sooner.
being nice, and so I was like, "Am I supposed to be nice? What are we
No,
doing tonight,
don't.
Phil?"
No. I'm supposed to be nice because I'm supposed to be a surprise.
a surprise.
You are a surprise.
I'm
Phil.
supposed to be a surprise, and you're supposed to say, "I'm sorry, sir. You're gonna have to leave,"
Well,
which you eventually did.
we did tell him to leave a couple times, and he
Yeah, it took him a while to
acted
pick
like-
up on it.
yeah,
To pick up what you're putting down.
right.
Yeah. Can you guys believe it's 82 degrees out? Holy shit.
Pretty
It is.
cold out
It
here.
is. I
It's
was sitting out
September.
this morning having breakfast on the back porch with the dog, and
Mm-hmm.
I had my coffee and my omelet, and I'll tell you what, I was just like sweating. It's like, why am I sweating at
Living
9
the dream,
o'clock in the
man.
morning?
Yeah.
It's cold down here.
It could be worse.
It's cold. In
Oh,
this.
it feels
Yes.
really nice down here.
Yeah, I should probably put some more clothes
I'll
on.
tell you, in like 3 weeks, I'm gonna be really happy. Right, I'll be really happy to have this kind of weather. This is beautiful.
Hot like this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
I
much
like
prefer this
60.
over the winterness.
60's like where it's at. 60.
Yeah, 60's not bad.
So I was gonna bring a bunch of booze so we could do a blind taste test with Ruth, and I really messed up. So
Because you didn't bring it.
yeah, because we were gonna test Ruth's alcohol skills
Oh,
On
Yeah.
the live.
on the live, but
well, you'll have to come back again.
yeah, because
Okay.
Ruth's got one heck of a alcohol palate.
All right.
Yeah.
Mostly alcohol, yeah.
She's like the sommelier of hard liquor.
Yeah, pretty much. Whatever they call it. Some
Is
people.
there a thing? Is there a rating?
It's called a lush usually.
Stop. I was being serious.
Oh boy. So Ruthless. All right. You got to kind of. So what we do is you tell people like who you are and what you do. So you want to tell them like who you are and what you do.
Before you get going too much, one quick thing is make sure your mouth is in front of the microphone. So it's a
Sure.
little bit off to there you go. That's better.
Yeah.
So I'm Ruth Sommers, and I work here. I bartend here, as obviously you picked up on, and then I am the creative director at Oak Hill Bulk Foods, like 3 or 4 miles south of here. And I'm also working on starting a graphic design and web design business. So I am local to Penyan, live right in town, love it here. So
Very cool.
How do
Yeah.
people get a hold of you to do the web design?
my website is ruthsommers.com.
RuthSummers.com.
Have you ever seen some of the websites she does?
No.
You should pull up
I didn't know she-
Amity Coffee and check out that website.
Amity Coffee.
No,
No,
they
don't
don't
do that
have a
one.
website.
Oh, which
They don't
one?
actually. Lindsay Photography.
Oh, Lindsay Photography. That's
Yeah.
what it was. It's
Lindsay
Lindsay's
Photography.
photography. That's one you
Which
did.
Lindsay owns Amity, so
Right.
it's fine.
Right.
Works
right.
out in the end.
Yeah.
I have to also, I always make this mistake of I should be sharing this. Hey, look, we're live. I should be sharing this
Hey,
while
look,
the
it's
song
Rahr.
is playing, but for some reason I always end up forgetting and having to do it after. So there we go. So I'm looking up Lindsay Photography.
Yeah. Yeah. You should see some of Ruth's work. She does
Do you know how to spell Lindsay though?
it's YNDSI.
How is it?
LYNDINDSI.
NDSI. Yeah.
L
Y
Y
N
N
D S
S
I
I
photography.
.com.
Bam.
We're using DuckDuckGo.
I hope
today.
this isn't a dirty website or something. Hey, look at that. That's good.
Yeah. So
So you designed this?
this
Yeah.
is Ruth's design.
That's pretty sharp.
Yeah, she did it.
Should I show the folks that are watching?
Sure, I don't care.
All right.
I'm
let
sure
me-
Lindsay
Let's
wouldn't
plug
mind
Lindsay.
the free the free plug.
Yeah, we'll give her a free plug. It's a pretty cool looking website. So let me see. How do I do this? Share screen. And I'm going to go to a Chrome tab and I'm going to share that.
Don't share any of your dirty things you got on.
Yeah, I
there.
try
Yeah.
not
We
to.
can see that you're using DuckDuckGo.
I always use-
for a reason.
I always use DuckDuckGo.
Uh-huh.
I value my privacy. I don't want the NSA tracking me
Oh
down.
boy, here we go. I don't even know what
So-
that is, but if Ruth is concerned, I'm concerned.
So that's a
So-
pretty sharp looking, the stuff kind of.
Yeah, Lindsay's a wedding photographer, and also she does events and stuff like that here in the Finger Lakes.
Look at that.
But yeah.
So all these even like the links go places too. Wonder what investment
Yeah,
means.
that's part of web design.
Brand portrait.
Yeah.
Brand.
Investment. Probably the amount of money you're spending.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, good job, Ruth. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks
Thank
sharp.
you.
You'll have to let me know afterwards what platform you use.
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna have to do some revamping on our website because it's a start. I built it and I was like, this will be a start, and then I'll build it out, and I haven't built it out yet. I think that might be a November project.
Yeah, definitely winter works well.
So, what is well, actually, now what is? Do you know you two have something big time in common? Okay, both of you
Like bourbon.
have a weird love for scotch that I don't.
Oh yeah,
That I don't
and
jump on board
cigars,
with.
scotch and cigars.
That's right.
I always wanted to have a scotch and a cigar with you.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, Phil brought this scotch, and it was like licking a campfire. It was like just lick it.
I busted out that bottle. I bought that bottle in New York City when I was down there.
Which one? What was
It's the Lefroy Cerdes or I can't think. I don't don't know how it's pronounced.
He's making words up.
It's like the
Have you ever
it's
seen
like the
West
special like friends and family,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Yep.
like small batch that they do.
Yep.
So I bought that. It was really good. And I had a couple of my coworkers from the quarantine program I was working with down there come over to my apartment one night to have a couple beers, and
What's going on?
we shared some of Jesse's bourbon that they really liked, and then I started drinking the scotch, and I was like, yeah, you want some scotch? And I'm drinking the scotch, he's drinking the bourbon, and I'm sitting there, and he's like, do you smell smoke? Like, is this place on fire? I told him, no, that's just the scotch.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah. No, and it really
It's
is
good.
Ruth, you'd love it with the way you like things. You'd love this scotch.
It's good,
Yeah.
nice smoky.
Do you drink yours neat or do you drink it on the rocks?
It depends. I do like it on the rocks.
Okay.
I prefer it on the rocks, or at the very least, I'll add some cool water because scotch really should have
Right.
water.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Because I like my bourbon neat, but scotch I prefer it on the rocks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I like Jesse's bourbon with a little bit of water too,
It needs it. It's hot.
or with ice.
It's 95 proof. You gotta knock it down. Hey Ruth, you can put some of this coffee flavored vodka in your cold brew.
Not doing it.
What?
Nope.
What are you? A child? She's not. She's really good at avoiding peer pressure.
Yeah, I noticed that about her.
Yeah.
She stands her ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish you were as good at avoiding peer pressure as she is.
What do you mean?
It would keep us out of trouble.
You think that I'm the reason? You think that me giving in to you gets us into trouble?
I just think
Is that what you're
we're
saying?
both not good at saying no.
Yeah, that's a good point. I can
We have
say
some
no
problems when
if I really want to say no, I'll say no.
yeah, that's true. You gotta want to say no.
Sometimes I don't actually want to say no.
Oh boy, what do you think, Ruth? Teach us how to have good self control.
It's called boundaries.
Yeah, you have to have
Okay.
boundaries.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
important.
I guess I don't have any.
So Ruth, back to that original story we were talking about with the guy that
Mhm.
we had to eventually ask to leave. I went someplace after here,
Was he there?
and not only did I see him there and then like run out the back, but I also talked to them about it, and they said that they kicked the same guy out of there like 3 or 4 times yesterday.
I heard that.
Really?
Yep.
And he was there when you got there.
He was not there when I got there, but all of a sudden I looked up and he's over like harassing the band or something, and then I saw him just like jumping over the
Fence.
cables and stuff.
So
like,
this is
it's
just a good
wild.
lesson in general. Like if you are drunk and you know you're drunk, just take your butt home.
Just
Like-
go home.
Like
Just
just go
go
home.
home.
Nobody wants to see you.
And don't go to a fancier bar. I'm not trying to say
Right.
we're
Yeah.
something special, but we are a little fancier. It's not a place you come
It's
home
not that kind of place.
hammered, and
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
A little wild. People are nuts.
Yeah. That guy.
So can we talk about that story you sent me the other day? or
Which one did
today
I send you?
about the guy getting in trouble for breaking the cop's hand with his fist? Is that real?
Wait, what?
So this
Or with
this
his
guy,
Sorry.
I can't remember the lead-in story to that, but essentially what happened is it was a drug warrant of some sort. It was like, which I consider invalid in my brain, is like that's not a reason to commit violence on somebody, is that they had a drug possession charge, where you're actually like beating them up. But anyway, so this guy starts to resist because he's been pulled over and he's wanted on a warrant over this drug charge that he broke probation or something, right? So they end up getting into a fight. The guy starts to resist the cop. The cop like punches him in the face like 3 or 4 times so hard that he broke his fist.
That's classic.
And now the guy faces 15 years in prison for an assault charge for breaking the guy's hand on his face.
That's insane.
Isn't that
I can't
crazy?
believe that happened.
That's nuts.
And that's the world we're living in.
Yeah,
Whew.
that's pretty funny.
It's
Though.
just absurd.
But that was by the New York Post, so come on. Like I don't know what the New York
They're
Post.
pushing their agenda.
I
Definitely.
get a little.
How is that their agenda?
No, but the New York Post, sometimes I don't know what they post is real or not. You ever seen that? Like sometimes they post
There's a
some
lot,
weird
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm like,
I tend to think this one passes the sniff test, though.
Yeah.
I'd say though, this is a wild belief I have. I believe that the media in general is trying to divide the country, and they're
Oh, yeah.
probably the worst thing
It makes a lot of money for
out
them.
there right now.
Yeah. It's very profitable
More
to
than
divide
even
people.
politicians.
Mhm.
I'd say they're worse than politicians.
Absolutely. 100%.
You know what doesn't divide the world?
Alcohol.
Alcohol and weed. So yeah, marijuana should be legalized.
It should be. And
It needs
people
to
are
be
starting to
legalized.
really think that, too. There are a lot of people that didn't think that, and they're starting to think, you know what, it's actually not that bad.
And I'm not even a big partaker. I mean, here and there maybe. I only smoke when I drink. Kind of person, but yeah, they definitely should legalize it. It's got to happen.
I think we should legalize heroin and crack and cocaine and anything. Because I think that
Sounds like a party.
Well, because I think you own your own body. You should be able to put in it what you want. And as long as you don't take that heroin and then go hurt somebody, or take that cocaine and go hurt somebody,
But what if you OD on it?
that's your responsibility.
But what about quality of life?
What about it?
What if you lose it using this drug?
That is
What if you
based on
lower
a
your
decision
quality of life?
that you made about yourself. I don't see where people do a lot of things that lower their quality of life. People get into toxic relationships that lower their quality of life.
Right.
Yeah, but if you
We can't be legislating morality.
if you legalize those kind of drugs, it'll look like damn Walking Dead out here. These people,
I don't think so.
It'll be sketchy.
I think
people everywhere.
I think legalizing it. Here's the thing that would happen. I think with legalizing it, is it actually makes less of that, because people don't have to do it illegally. People don't have to go without getting treatment because they're afraid that they're going to get nailed for it. They don't have to let their friend overdose and die because they're worried that they're going to get arrested because they're on probation.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you legalize it, you allow it. People are going to do it, and they're going to do it more openly. If you let's go to Amsterdam. So everyone sees Amsterdam as this nice, clean place where drugs are legal and you can get away with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam's pretty bad. It's pretty bad over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had a friend over there. He told me everywhere he went, there's like freaking crackheads everywhere, all over the place, selling drugs, trying to like even though it's legal. He said it was like pretty gross over there.
Yeah,
with everything legalized.
Well, maybe I don't know. It's obviously a lot more complex issue than just legalizing it. But I do think that you should be able to do with your body what you want as long as you're not hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
Even if it's something that we don't think it's making your quality of life better, even if we think that it's a horrible decision, I think that you should be allowed to do with your body what you want to.
Yeah. Now this is a big,
including prostitution,
libertarian approach. Like this is a big libertarian push. So that's where that's where his beliefs are. Now, I like some libertarian things. This is one of the things I don't agree with because people don't have self-control. at all, and people don't know how to behave in society, and that's the problem. Is that's why we have rules, because at one point you were allowed to do almost anything you want, and then rules. So now you can walk on the streets.
But Jesse, are people doing it less?
I mean, I don't see people doing it here.
It's because they're in jail.
So
Like,
how does like I understand all that stuff, but like how does that work? Because like if you say you can do with your body what you want,
yeah.
how do you train your kids? Like
What do you mean?
like you just keep telling your kids you can do with your body what you want, and so they start doing drugs at
No.
No.
Hold on. Okay, that's not the right way to look at it. Okay, here's what I'm saying. I get where you're going with it, but it's not about just telling people that it's about saying that we're not going to have laws that are going to prevent you from doing what you want. It doesn't stop you from teaching your children morals. You should teach your children. I really want people to teach their children morals. I want people not to take heroin and crack cocaine, but I don't want them to go to jail if they do.
If it's readily available.
We've got 2.3 million people in jail.
Don't you think people are going to...
Because of the drug war.
If you can get your hands on it and not go to jail for it, what stops you from doing it? That's the problem. That's the lifesaver for a lot of people. They don't have access to these drugs.
People don't do a lot of things that are illegal. Or people don't do a lot of things that are legal.
A lot of people drink.
Yeah.
And once marijuana was legalized in Colorado and California, the numbers went through the freaking roof because you can get your hands on it. So you start...
And people don't think it's dangerous either.
Right. You start legalizing these dangerous drugs. They're going to get their hands on it and they're going to try it. So people in white suburbia, let's say, that would be addicted don't have access to it like you would in other places.
I also don't know if marijuana was legal and these drug dealers could just go legit. I know I know it might be a stretch, but if they could just go legit, and if somebody robbed them, they could just call the police. And if, all those things fell into place, do you think what would be the benefit for them? I think a lot of them might just start selling only the softer drugs because there's less benefit for them to sell the harder drugs.
I agree with you when it comes to, I don't think you should do jail time for getting caught buying drugs or with drugs, but if you're selling or have intent to sell, you got to go to jail or prison. It has to happen.
Yeah, I can see that. The only thing I don't like about that is that it really just makes it more dangerous for everybody involved. Because it just brings violence into the situation because you have to enforce that then.
It should be. You can't let these people sell drugs because they could be selling drugs cut with any kind of that kill people. Right. So you can't. Yeah.
Well, if it was legal, you could probably buy it at a pharmacy.
Let's hope.
But then it'd have to be regulated.
Exactly. Well, in some way, yeah. Yeah, you'd buy it at a pharmacy where you knew it was safe instead of buying it off the street where you knew you might get it cut with whatever.
Yeah, but then you're giving access to people that should never and would never have had access to it.
Yeah. So that is like what Jesse was saying about Amsterdam being ugly. I was in Vancouver a couple years ago, and it is that way. Outside of the cannabis shops, it's just lined with homeless people, and that you can tell they're just hanging out till they get money to go buy more. And it's not a nice place of town to walk through.
Yeah. I agree with some of it, but there's some things where it's just like,
I just don't.
Meth is not good. Crack is not good.
Right.
These are not drugs.
I don't think they're good. I don't think they're good, but it's just like there's a line for me where I don't think that it's okay to use violence against somebody for doing something that only affects them. Now, there are situations that you're talking about where it affects other people, but I don't see, like, if I caught you 50 years ago, dirty magazines were illegal, and I caught you with one, and then like I end up breaking my fist on your face, and you end up facing a 15-year prison sentence.
It's stupid. Yeah.
Over something where you weren't hurting anybody.
Right. That's why
it's just wrong.
That's why I'm against people getting set up on drug stings, and I'm against people getting set up on prostitution stings, and I'm against all that. The people who are supplying it are the people that need to be in trouble, because if you take out the suppliers
Yeah.
there's not as much issues.
Yeah.
So
I just the only thing that I have as far as that go, I agree. I'd love to find any way to reduce the number of people using it without, without using violence. And I think there are a lot of other ways.
beanbag
I
guns.
worry a little bit about the fact that now you're creating this whole black market that makes it profitable and dangerous,
Well,
which is exactly what happened in the 20s with alcohol. And it's exactly what's happened over the past 40 years with all drugs.
Right. You can't ever win the war on drugs.
Right.
Everyone knows
unwinnable.
that. It's not going to happen.
So if it's not helping, if we're not going to win it, maybe we should try a different strategy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from.
I'm not
a little bit.
Not that crazy.
Well, I don't know if Ruth
But-
disagrees.
Debatable.
It's okay. No, a lot of
debatable.
people don't agree with me. I've had this conversation recently, and nobody.
Which is fine. It's like
Everybody doesn't have to agree on
the
everything all the
things you're
time either.
discussing should be an open conversation at this point because
Yeah.
there's not enough research or anything at this point
Yeah.
to figure out
Some,
if it's right or if it's not.
sometimes
Right.
the scary thing with some libertarian views for me is it's like you know how before you get in water you usually stick your toe in, and then a lot of libertarian views are like, oh fuck that, like no, we're just like stripping down naked, jumping in. Who
There
cares?
are,
And then if something goes to hell, it's like, oh oops, it's like no, we
Right.
can't. Oh oops, this is a big country. So when you say you're just going to legalize everything, you're going to allow free immigration, you're going to allow. I mean, just
we don't. The thing is that's not.
They're just gonna. They
that-
want to allow.
That's the way
things.
it's being depicted. That's not really the way it is.
It's a little. I'm just saying. When you look at some of it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope we have a backup plan because
Right.
that sounds a little interesting.
The thing that makes it really tough is that in reality, nobody even thinks that there's any way that all this could just be instituted all at once.
Right.
So like that's not even a real concern. I mean, it's not real. It's not reality. It's like saying that, whatever Amy Coney Bryant is going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
No way.
It's not going to happen.
No
like
way.
it's just on the. It's
Yeah.
like Ruth Bader Ginsburg saying, "Don't replace me until after the election." It's like me saying, "Put me in a rocket ship and send me into Mars when I die." It's like all things that aren't going to happen.
I'm going to try to make that happen.
Well, I'd appreciate that, Jesse.
Yeah.
I'd really like to be on Mars. Is my final resting
With
place.
Elon Musk. You know what I
Do
mean?
you
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
here's another thing that could happen? If you went to Mars, what if you reincarnated there?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
What? Wait. What
do you think?
What's going on?
Like I don't know what life on Mars is like. Like is reincarnation a possibility?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
it could be.
Maybe.
You just live a different life up there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's air.
What would Phil Mars be like?
I don't know.
Phil
That's what I'm
Mars?
trying to
Yeah.
ask.
What do you mean?
Or Mars Phil? Like whatever. Like what? Like you're probably different on Mars.
Why would I be different?
I don't know. I just
Right.
imagine the ozone and the air up there would probably change your mind on things.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder if you'd like go up there and end up being like a.
I think I'd be pretty lonely.
He'd probably move rocks for a living.
Yeah.
I'd
He
be
looks
like
like a guy that'd move rocks. On
I'd be
Mars
like
for a living.
Sisyphus.
I don't know who that is.
Did
You know who
make-
Sisyphus is?
He makes up a lot of words.
No,
It's just-
Sisyphus.
It's just so
No.
I have to pretend I know what he's talking about. Like, yeah, I know.
Sisyphus is this guy who's like, it's like one of these old like Roman or Greek kind of
sure.
stories,
Okay.
and he was doomed by the gods to just like push this rock up to the top of this mountain,
Oh God.
and then as soon as he get it up to the top, it would roll back down,
That's horrible.
and so he was like
Trap.
trapped to doing
Yeah.
that for the rest of eternity.
So it's like
But they
hell.
said that actually
Probably was.
a lot of the
actually.
philosophers thought that maybe he would actually be fulfilled because he'd have a purpose in life, despite it being this like,
those philosophers are wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, aren't a lot of us kind of pushing a boulder to the top of the hill every day and watching it roll back down sometimes?
I don't know.
I know a lot of people that do that.
Maybe I start
me.
my day out and then I start drinking and then I get to a point like fuck this rock.
I do think it would be cool if
And the
I
rock
could
falls
get.
back down.
yeah, like I don't know.
I would kind of like to just carry around a big rock so I could, wear tank tops like you though.
Bam, tank top.
I got to carry around a rock a little bit before I
Yeah.
bust out the guns.
No, they're a little squishy lately. Quarantine, gotta love it. When are they gonna allow gyms to open back up?
They are.
They are.
Are they fully open now?
Not fully. They're like everything
Not
else.
yeah. I mean, it's all highly social distanced, and I know at the college it's all they have to schedule appointments and
right.
stuff.
I think that's mostly how it is.
Yeah, and they're just going to be opening the actual weight room this week, so
Yeah.
they've already got the main gym and the fitness room open, so they're kind of slowly phasing it in, trying to be safe.
So Ruth, you
I don't
obviously
lift weights.
I know where you stand, political kind of, but have you ever looked into libertarian? Like, you ever looked at like
Yeah.
some interviews?
I
Like,
know what
I
some
would
of
say
it-
some of the things that they think you think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I think
I think Ruth and I are kind of in the same point. Like, we're like between like a line. We're
Right.
like, this is a little crazy on the right, but and this a little crazy here. We're like, if there's like, I don't know.
I feel like generally, like for the most part, I would be right. But then there's parts of it where I'm like, hey, yeah, for sure, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. We're almost like like we almost share like same. Like, we always talk about like, oh yeah, I don't know. And I wonder if it's like the age group, because I think
It could be.
younger Republicans are kind of where we are.
Right.
Like where it's like, of course women should have say with their own bodies. That's
Yeah.
saying, why wouldn't they be able to?
So you're
it's like,
so you're for legalizing prostitution.
I'm not. No.
No, not-
Well,
No,
that's
no,
that's their body though.
No. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. It
But
would have to be regulated. It's just going to cost us.
Why would it have to be regulated?
Because STDs kill people.
Okay.
And-
So then go find a nonprofit to do STD testing and get your prostitute certification, and then make your own choice.
So
If you want to require them to have a clean bill of health before
I
you.
need to give the camera a Phil look. I don't know about this. Oh, Phil, you're killing me today. You're killing
So
me
one
with
thing
these.
I did when I was really young, I went to
Ruth, careful. You can't come back from this. This is live.
I'll be fine. So I went to Costa Rica, to San Jose, Costa Rica, and I worked with victims of human trafficking and prostitutes. And it is illegal there. And I can just tell you from their perspective, it sucks so
You
bad.
said it's legal?
Yeah, prostitution
okay.
is legal.
Yeah.
And most of the girls in it are being trafficked.
Hmm.
So trying to get those girls out of there, trying to get the law to do something
Yeah.
about it, you can barely get anything done.
What about
I
So-
actually read something about that. Even where it's legal, a lot of times these girls are trafficked. That
Yeah,
was
the
so the
thing.
girls
Yeah.
will lie to your face.
so not
let's talk
to
about it.
not to go for whataboutism, but what about how I've seen here where some prostitutes have been human trafficked here.
Well, yeah, it still happens.
Well,
It's
I'm not
gonna
saying
happen.
no.
That's
But
another-
I'm just
that's
saying, like,
another
I'm
tricky
giving
line,
some
yeah.
specific. I'm giving a specific example, right? So some of them who have been human trafficked since they were kids get arrested and go to jail
Right.
because
Right.
because it's illegal. So even if they try to like get out, or they try to turn over on their pimp or whatever it is, that it's harder for them to get out because it's illegal, because now they're saying, hey, I'm doing something illegal, and they're being put in jail for it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see something like that legalized. I'll tell you, I know what's going to happen when it happens is, again, a lot of men who don't have access to, or maybe women, to this to prostitution are
Yeah.
going to start using it.
Well, yeah, especially
then
and there are some people. Don't you think that-
marriages are going to crash?
They're gonna tank.
But don't you
I
think?
mean, things are going to just get
What
out
about
of control.
what about the people that can't? There's certain sect of the society that can't get access to, people of the opposite sex that are willing to sleep with them,
Well, I mean,
but they could pay for it.
I could see the people that didn't
Don't you
hit
think they
that
have-
didn't hit the lottery like I did in the gene pool.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Well, I know
Anyways,
it's a big. I know it's a big.
Bullshit, Jesse.
I know it's a big thing in disability rights. Is that
Right.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of different ways. I mean, there's a million different ways, but especially that's one where
Yeah.
I've seen it happen, where I've seen actual cases of people who have disabilities who, that's a part of people's lives is,
Right.
is being able to have sex. And if sometimes they don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think though when you start legalizing prostitution, and I mean, like Jesse said, like marriages go down the hill, and like I don't know, it sounds like society crumbling to me. Because you need societal structure for people to thrive.
There's so many things now. Like even though I'm not very religious and I don't
But
know.
women should have control over their body.
Right, like the girl in Wisconsin who killed the person that raped her, like the girl that's stuck in jail. That's not okay.
Right.
No, there's some things women should have say over their body, but getting paid for sex is, I mean, I don't know.
Sounds like a free association between two people.
Yeah,
It's freedom to make a contract.
That's the way it usually goes, anyways, in life. I mean, no matter what, I'm sure many guys feel, you have to go buy drinks or take them to dinner or do that, and so like people associate BS like that with it. Like I'm sure, but like the more everyone keeps pulling away from religion, the worse the world gets. Even though I'm not very religious and I don't believe in the Bible, because I think it's been a book that's been by humans and passed down too long for the Bible to be legit, everything in it, at least. I would say the people that pull away from it, the worse everything gets, because now the Bible's the greatest book of laws ever wrote. It really is. It's structure for people. And the more we allow and people pull away from it, the worse everything gets. Think about it. Think about the Antifa. These are all probably never been to church. Parents gave them free will to do whatever they want, out of control. They don't agree with anything. They don't have the same morals that most, like, think of the morals we have, even if we're not religious out here. Like, we're taught like a certain morals, and that used to be taught in church, and it's no longer taught.
I see a lot of people using those morals for bad reasons.
Some people do, but a lot of people use it for good over bad. Sure. A lot of times, religion is what gets people through their day. I mean, that's why. Yeah. I mean,
and it starts 100-year wars too.
Sometimes, but not in America. It's never started 100-year war.
Except for the one that we're in the Middle East right now for the past 20 years.
No, that's not over religion.
It's not?
No. That's oil. That's money. That's the green stuff.
Do you think that we'd be fighting them if they had the same religion and looked like us?
Yes. For oil? Oh, yeah. Come on, think about how we're a capitalist society. We love money.
So this is actually a little history lesson from the Bible for you, but that area of the world has been at war forever.
Yeah. Not with us, though.
Just in general, they've warred among each other forever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I know.
That's what I see. So to bring it all back full circle, you start allowing sex out of wedlock and making it accessible to people that shouldn't be accessible to. It's gonna, marriages are gonna flop. I mean, just like drop. Think about it. I mean, it's gonna be out of control. It's gonna be. Why would you get married? Okay, so here's the thing. Most men get married. Let's be serious. It's for sex. I mean, yeah, they love the person they're with, but let me tell you what. If it's readily available to you,
actually,
why? Oh,
I think it would help marriages.
No, dude.
Why do you think our divorce rate is what it is? People shouldn't be getting married just so they can have sex.
It's what it is because now you can access another person through your cell phone, and people are cheating all the time.
Oh yeah,
because there's Tinder, because there's Facebook, and all it takes is one hey, and it's like, oh, there you go. That was quick and easy. Where it used to be, you have to call someone, you'd have to meet up, and you'd actually have to try. Now there's no try. Everyone's just away, so that's why it's so low.
I think people are getting married now to have kids, actually.
Maybe, yeah.
I've seen kind of a trend toward that way. Like people who've lived together for years, all of a sudden, like right before they decide to have kids, they get married. And I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't know why like the line is there. Like why do my kids need the same last name? Like what are we doing?
I think that is probably why people draw that line there, is because they still want to have that traditional family unit, and that's what. It's
probably messy legally too.
Oh yeah.
If you did it the other way.
No, I don't know if it's any messier. I think you're probably. I know that they use. So here's another radical opinion that I have, is that marriage should not actually be something that's regulated by the government. Other than to say that,
for sure.
I think it should be, you can have civil union,
right?
That could be regulated by the government in some way. But for me, a lot of different reasons for that. One is, they're creating a whole separate class of rights for people who are married compared to people who are unmarried.
Marriage is too profitable with the government.
Right.
Yeah.
Saying it. That's why I'm sure that's why most people get married. Now you start sharing, your taxes come back. You're like, oh, hey, this is a lot better. You start being able to share health care. And so I'm sure that's why a lot of people end up getting married.
Yeah, I don't think any of that's really very good.
No, it's all about green, right? Everything's about money.
Which is also what prostitution is about.
Money. Yeah. Everything's about money. I mean, that's all the world is. Everyone.
So why can't you leave the money out of prostitution?
I can leave the money out. All I'm saying is that if you're worried about what's going to happen when we get rid of minimum wage, maybe not you guys, but a lot of people are like, oh, well, if you get rid of minimum wage, then everything's going to turn horrible. And like, first off, I hope that you're not working for minimum wage if you're not a teenager. I know a lot of people are. Hopefully, we can get past that, but I don't think we get past that by raising the minimum wage. On the other hand, golly. Yeah. Sometimes I get going down a road and I forget where I was going with it.
It's a dead end. Yeah.
We're talking about minimum wage, but the main here's another problem is the taxes. And I think I've told Ruth this.
Don't talk to me about taxes.
But I made more money making moonshine in the woods than I make with the distillery until maybe this year. And that's no lie.
Yeah.
Just selling it $10 a mason jar. Now every dollar I make, 27 cents goes to the government. And
I thought it'd be more.
Yeah. Well, that's just on my dollar. And then you got to put your sales tax and everything, but 27 cents is just taxed out of me. So there you go. You make $100,000, $27,000 the government gets. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
And liquor's a lot tougher than most. So beer tax is a lot lower and wine tax is a lot lower, but alcohol's out of control. So I mean, some of the taxes are just because it's regulated. And this all happened after it actually. I mean, it all stems back to making booze illegal and then re-legalizing it, and then going, we're going to hammer all the excise tax and all the taxes on it out through the roof. So,
Do you guys want to hear about how I got myself in a jam last night?
Yes.
Talking about taxes.
Ooh, talking about taxes last night.
I started talking about taxes in the city last night to somebody before asking where they were from.
No, boy.
In New York City?
Yeah, they were from New York City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ruth.
He proceeded to tell me about their amount of revenue they send up here and how we could never survive without them. And I was like, oh, dear God, I better keep talking.
They can piss off.
There's only one way to get through this. We just keep talking and you keep coming back because...
Oh, God. Yeah.
I was not about to back down, though.
What do you think if...
It's like they take your money and they say, oh, well, we give you guys more. Yeah, you give us a bunch of shit we don't want. Sorry,
you also
guys.
give us your big jails. Like,
yeah,
come on.
we don't want to import your prisoners. We don't want you to import our water and our electricity unless you're going to pay us for it. And we don't want like all the other bullshit that you force on us.
Oh,
like,
you're right. They truck
all your garbage.
Yeah. We take
it's disgusting.
all their garbage. It is disgusting. So, all their garbage comes up to us.
Yeah. So when don't talk to me about the difference in the disparity in tax revenue and where the money goes to, because we don't want your money or your shit. Take it and leave.
So you're for the whole cut the state up?
I would. Yeah.
So here's the thing: for a Democrat, that is scary as shit. Because if this state gets cut, they lose their votes are going to become the right wing votes. They're no longer going to matter.
Right.
So the left side is terrified of this.
Oh yeah.
Because if they lose New York City, they have no chance.
Right.
Because
they'll feel just as disenfranchised as we do.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, there are different ways to do it. One way is, I mean, a lot easier would be just by a constitutional convention of New York State, is that we could divide into autonomous regions.
Right.
And that's kind of the push right now.
State?
So it would technically still be one state.
So we'd still have to deal with all New York City's bullshit.
It would be done differently, right? So we wouldn't have to, because we would have our own government. They would have their own government Montauk down like Long Island area would have their own government.
Yeah, don't leave
We would
Long
just
Island
share-
with those people. Long Island
well,
deserves better.
And then we would share
No, they don't.
senators and
I don't want to share anything with them, actually.
presidential votes. Well, so
Ruth is
what we would do,
sharing.
so what would probably happen is we would probably get one and they would get one.
Right.
And the state is allowed to divide those things up any way they
Listen,
want.
states just
Even
seceded back
the
in day.
electoral college, we could change the way we did that. All of our votes don't have to go to the same candidate.
Right.
I'd really rather see ranked choice voting as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Maine is going to be doing that for their federal elections this year, and that's really exciting.
Ooh.
Yep. Now, when you were explaining that to me at the wine bar, hey, Marion. Hi, Fly Marion. How you doing? Anyways, yeah, that seemed legit. I like it. But
Yeah.
my main thing is I don't like how New York City decides our vote. That's where it's wrong.
Yeah.
And if everyone doesn't get why the people, so anyone that's listening that's not from around here, where we live in the Finger Lakes is, I mean, it's like the Midwest. It's like like not exactly South, but we really are. I mean,
It's
we're
very different.
We're country.
It's
people.
it's very
We-
culturally
yeah,
different
yeah.
than the urban.
People think
downstate
that this
area.
is different, that we're like, I don't know, like then just because you're New York City, even Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo's not like a regular city.
No.
Buffalo's like a hard working like Pennsylvania city. You know,
Yeah.
you think about it. I mean,
I
even
feel like steel manufacturing, like
Yeah.
that type of, yeah.
So here's what a lot of upstate New Yorker voters miss is that, and you're gonna question whether I'm even telling the truth right now,
okay.
but there are
Just get it over
actually
with.
more eligible voters in upstate New York than there are in the city.
Oh, I know that.
There are twice as many,
I didn't know there's twice.
and
Okay.
they don't vote, and that's why New York City controls everything. It's not. It's just because we don't think that we can have a vote that matters. It's not even
You're right,
reality.
yeah.
It's because they've demoralized us to think that they control the state, so we let them.
This year is the most politicized I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm telling you, I've never seen politics like it is right now. Everyone's on top of it.
You don't think 4 years ago was worse?
No, this is
No, this
because
is different.
no one thought Trump had a fucking chance. No one thought Trump was going to win. Everyone thought it was a
True.
joke.
Even the day of.
But
yeah.
but,
Everyone's like, this
but
is
Biden's
a joke.
kind of a sleeper, and everybody was like, people that were against Hillary were really against Hillary too.
Yeah, but that was like, there wasn't that many. Really, I remember like my friends never talked about it. People I talked to at my distillery no one really cared. Now everywhere I go, that's all I hear, and that's
Yeah.
all it's talked about. I'm telling you, this is going to be the year because I guarantee voters are going to come out in mass.
You really think so?
I think so. I think this is the year.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's definitely getting pushed on the left side. Watching ESPN and TNT and all those things, like all the analysts are saying, go out and vote. There's vote on the NBA court.
Yeah.
And they're doing hashtag vote.
Mhm.
They're doing the NFL's talking about. I mean, everyone. It's in your face. So yeah, I think it's going to be wild this year. So
Yeah, and it's the one where this is the first time that I've ever seen somebody that's on the ballot in all 50 states and Washington, D.C. be completely ignored. Like, at least they mentioned Gary Johnson,
Ralph Nader
They-
used to get mentioned all the time.
Okay.
Ralph Nader,
Yeah.
Can I
Ross
take a break for a
Perot.
second?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
You going to get us more booze?
Ooh.
Ruth, booze.
Ralph Nader, Ross Perot, even, like I said, Gary Johnson, all of them at least got a mention. And they weren't even all necessarily on all 50 states ballots all the time.
Hmm.
And now we've got one that hasn't been mentioned at all in the mainstream media.
Yeah. I just would love to. I don't even know if I'd vote for her. Maybe I would. I just want to see her get a chance to debate. That's all. That's only fair. I want to see her get a chance to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what'd you think about Joe Rogan saying he wanted to moderate the debate? Did you see that?
Well, I know we already offered to moderate the debate here as
Yeah,
well.
But Joe, I mean, he has a little more pull.
Eh,
He's not the fastest growing podcast. in the Finger
he's
Lakes.
not grown as fast as us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, percentage wise,
Right. Yeah. Come on, Joe. You've already
you gotta pick. Yeah, he's peaked. especially with the new Spotify contract. It's
Oh,
like
God.
you can't even
Did you see
like he's off of all the other platforms now.
Spotify employees are gonna like what's the word? When you go out with your picket signs. Anyways,
They're gonna like
protest.
yeah.
Because Joe Rogan and his views on transgender and his
Good
views
Lord.
on everything that they're talking about. If they can't moderate Joe Rogan's episodes, they're gonna all protest.
How many people are gonna protest us someday?
It's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be a lot.
Because I just want to put this out there. If anyone wants to know how I feel on transgender, I don't give a shit. But you were either once a man or you were once a female, and that's all that matters. And that's pretty much what Joe Rogan said. And there you go. I mean,
but what's it to you?
it doesn't mean shit to me. It means nothing. It doesn't matter to me. That's what my thing is if biologically somebody can't agree that you were either a man or a woman, I don't know what to say. The main problem that we have with it is a man or a woman should not be fighting in MMA against actual women.
That's what you and Joe think?
That's what you and I think.
I don't entirely think that.
So you think that guy should be beating the piss out of all those women?
Here was the problem with it. This is another example, right? So I'm not against that person fighting those women. What I am against is the lack of transparency. So you have to be honest with the fact that you had a lot of testosterone running through your body for 30 years or however long. It's not fair.
Sober Phil's more
but
on
if
the
you tell
side
them,
with this than drunk Phil
well,
was.
no,
when we
what I'm
talked
saying,
about it.
well, sometimes it takes me a while to get through the explanation, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is that those people should have their own, they should be able to make up their own mind about it. If they want to fight that person, let them. If somebody wants to fight me, they can piss off because I'm not going to do that.
That's not how it works.
But it should be.
That's not how it works in the UFC or in any of the fighting things. What happens is you get put up against a person, and if you back out, you lose your purse. You can't do that. You have to take the fight. If you don't take the fight, you lose a chance to be on TV. You lose the purse. That's not how this works. You're giving these women no other option than to take the fight and get demolished.
I don't know. Yeah,
no dude should be up there. I mean, I know a couple of those girls whoop my ass, but I'm saying like nobody who's trained in that with another. It's scary. That shouldn't happen, and they shouldn't be doing the Olympics. That can't happen. What you were when you were born should stop you from being allowed to do any contact physical sports with the other sex.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really tricky. It's a really tricky topic that I can't. It's such a fringe issue, it's such a small percentage of a percentage.
Well, but the problem is it's happening and it's happened and
right.
It's not safe.
Well, like the tennis player, like 30 years ago, that just went out and crushed all these women.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I think that one they at least knew though.
No,
I don't think they did until after the fact.
But then I go back to I don't give a shit either way. Like you can do whatever you want, but you shouldn't be able to compete in sports. That's just you shouldn't. It's no different than like a juiced up dude doing MMA against a guy who's clean. Like it's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair.
That's why there's sanctions against it. And that's why there's rules. So people don't get hurt.
Let those bodies figure out how they're going to handle things.
No, we need to have a say. That's the only way we're going to figure it out.
Well, I don't need to have a say because it's not something that I have skin in the game for enough to really for it to matter to me. I want people to be treated fairly.
Makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. But
the sober Phil's mind is a lot different than the drunk Phil's mind.
It's not even true.
You were on a completely different level when we talked about it before.
Well, It's
way different level.
It's because no, I do agree. I mean, you have to. It's just there's more sides. It's a complex issue. Sometimes I get started with a reasoning and
What
I
the
slow
hell
down.
is that? Is that champagne?
No.
Damn,
I was gonna
boo.
be pissed if that was champagne.
Is that champagne and you didn't bring us any?
There might be
Is it ginger ale?
the bottle up there might be going bad, so might have to finish it. Who knows?
Oh boy.
She found ginger ale.
God damn it, Ruth. Anyways, so Ruth, how do you feel about the most famous person with your name being gone? That's got to be different for you. Now you're the most famous Ruth.
Thanks.
She is. Can you imagine what that's like for her? Like,
Must be really difficult.
There actually is another lady with my identical name, and evidently she plays really good violin.
oh
Oh.
shit, Ruth.
Like,
now
in
you're gonna have
Boston,
to
so yeah.
learn. You're gonna have
She's
to,
older. It's fine. She can die.
like the devil went down to Georgia fight. Like that's the only way we can get this to happen.
Jesus.
Yeah. You got to do it.
You can't throw out the she can die. You
What?
can't-
No, I'm just saying she's so much older. I didn't mean it that way.
Oh, what
I'm
Ruth said?
saying she's so much
It's like,
older.
oh,
she'll
she can
pass.
die.
She'll pass before I have anything to do. So we're good.
Look at Phil's face. It's red.
Jesus Christ.
What kind of show did you get yourself into today, Phil?
I don't know.
He said he was ready to have me on.
There's
so
tank
I don't
tops
take it
and
back.
people making death threats and
Oh boy.
this is almost like the time when Aubrey Plaza was on, I can't remember what show she was on, but found out that she's more famous than both Joe Biden and the Heimlich maneuver guy.
Okay.
What?
The guy then
I don't know about this.
Dr. Heimlich. He's from
Oh, okay.
Delaware. She's
Okay.
more famous than about being from Delaware than Biden.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
or-
What was she? Jimmy
Heimlich.
Kimmel? Is that Jimmy Kimmel?
I don't know. I think it was like David Letterman or something.
Sure. Could be. Yeah.
She's my celebrity crush.
Is she?
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza.
I couldn't
Yeah.
have a crush on her. She reminds me of Lid too much.
She has just the best. She's funny as shit.
Dude, she has a weird sense of humor.
Yeah, I know.
She's Lid.
I like it. I like it.
That's Lydia. That's Ruth's best friend, Lydia. You met Lid.
Yeah.
She's Aubrey Plaza. She's
Nice.
evil.
Evil.
She hand hugged Jesse once, and he can't forgive her.
You ever been hand hugged?
Hand hugged?
Here, I'll teach you.
You don't want it. Don't put your hand out there.
Put your right hand
I don't
out.
think I should.
Put your right hand out.
Put your right foot.
This is on video. We can do this. Put
Can
your
I
right
can I
hand
put
out.
my left hand out?
No, it's gotta be
No,
your
it's
right.
gotta be your right.
This is a hand.
Are you gonna like
It's not gonna be weird.
We'll
We'll make it quick.
It's just a little weird for me.
just
No,
Up,
you gotta
up
put your
straight like
hand
this.
out. Okay.
You got it. Yep. And then it's like that. And then a side hand hug is when you do the opposite hand, but then you just do a side. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not that weird.
No, it's pretty weird.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like it. Don't you feel like you should
Like-
go wash your hands?
That guy last
I
night would have
just-
liked that.
Wanted to I don't know.
Put your hand sanitizer away.
It's a pandemic.
His hands feel dirty.
Pandemic
I
of
told
fear. What are we
like
talking
when
about?
that guy was here last night, I told him about 7 times. He kept on wanting to like
Oh, he wanted
I was like,
physical touch.
dude, it's
yeah.
a pandemic. I was like, I don't want to, I can't. He wanted to like shake my hand or like
Okay.
have me sniff his glass. And I'm like,
What?
yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted me to sniff the apple pie. And I was like, I know what it smells like and I can smell it from here.
Oh God.
Like, you need to just change your life. He's going to listen to this and then like stalk me.
That dude would never listen to this. There's no way.
He doesn't have the attention span to watch this.
Oh boy.
That's true.
That's true.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair point.
What a great podcast we're having.
I know.
This is bounced everywhere. This is
We've
scary.
touched a lot of corners. We always touch the corners. I like it.
No, but we're really touching them.
So
We're like touchy, like Joe Biden touchy today.
We
oh,
touched-
stop.
At least we haven't started sniffing yet. So
Yeah, we're good.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I probably hate her more than I like her.
oh.
Oh. I'm like, did that happen out loud?
You didn't like 2 weeks ago. You didn't say she could die, did you?
No, I didn't.
You might want to
I
be
didn't.
careful.
I left her alone.
Ruth practices voodoo.
man,
Oh God.
Words have power, but I didn't kill her.
he
Do you want to hear about?
hates it. I mean,
I don't know. Hey, I don't. I don't like her.
Don't care
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Is hate
Hate
that big
man.
of a word?
It's a really strong word to
It's
use.
just I mean, if you really mean it, that's a hard emotion to have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because man, I hate a lot of people. So, like all the
No.
all
Did you
the
say hate or hated?
hate a lot of people.
Oh.
There's a lot of like those people that yell all lives matter.
Like your ex.
Like those
Like your cousin?
like those crazy people, all lives matter people. I'm like, in my life, all lives have never mattered to me.
Like your cousin Calvin?
Most lives matter to me.
Most lives.
I mean, not all. Most. There's a lot of lives that I do not give a damn about, but most lives matter.
There's a difference between indifference and hate, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I'm
Right.
down, I'm down with the other.
Indifference might be worse.
Either saying, but here's the thing: not
'Cause you don't care at all.
everyone's life matters. They just don't. Not to me. Maybe to other people.
Yeah.
Because some people are just dicks. I ain't got time for 'em.
People say, I've heard people say that hate is not the opposite of love. Indifference is.
Yeah.
No, hate is love, right? Hate is like
No,
it's a form of passion.
Indifference is colder. Like, oh, that person fell off a cliff. I don't care.
Right. I don't know. It's passion. It's all passion. If you hate someone, you're pretty passionate. Just like when you love somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in enough relationships to know what love and hate is because you can love and hate someone about 10 times in the same day. So it happens. Yeah. Not you, darling Mary. There's just love. Lots of love.
Is she watching?
I don't know. Who knows? I get in trouble all the time.
She's napping.
Mary Ann probably tried to
With
get
the cat.
probably tried to get me in trouble the other day. On the podcast, we were saying I brought up some lady's name, and she goes, "Oh, who's that, Jesse?" And then Mary texts me, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Whoa, all right, ladies, calm down." Okay.
Speaking of which, how's your hot girl summer been?
Oh, it feels good. I'm feeling like I'm still feeling it. It's still hot girl summer at this point. That's what I had this summer, is a hot girl summer. That's what I kept telling Ruth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's a hot girl summer. It's like living your best life.
Oh, I'm gonna have one of those next year.
So
I think.
I would probably explain it as like college break, but like the adult version.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had a little bit of that, but it was very brief.
Oh.
How long did it last?
A couple weeks. It's like I've been going nonstop this year, so
Yeah, he was in New York City, not living a hot girl summer.
I was not living hot girl summer in New York City.
He would be that
Although-
would have been a hot girl bummer, is what
Yeah,
that
that
was.
would've
Not
been.
a summer.
Yeah. We had a little bit of fun down there.
Yeah. But not as much fun as up here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could have been like
Is Newbie talking smack?
shooting and mudding and stuff. He said Kant would disagree. What's Kant disagreeing about?
Careful how you say that.
Is he disagreeing that indifference is the opposite of love?
I feel like that's probably what newbies.
Who's he
disagreeing on.
Who's this? Who's he talking about?
Immanuel Kant.
Who the hell's that?
He's a kind of early 20th century philosopher.
Hmm.
Kind of the modern, kind of a more modern philosopher, New Age.
I feel like I'm a philosopher. I got like a lot of good
You probably have to
philosophies.
go to school for it.
No, come on. Especially when I drink. I got like
Oh,
when I
gosh.
drink, I have a lot of quotable sayings. Yeah. You know what I mean? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a quotable saying last week on the podcast.
You quoted yourself
Yeah, it's a good one.
from
Back in the day. And now my most lives matter thing. I mean, to me, yeah, most lives matter, but not all. No.
Did you guys see our friend?
not at all.
Did
So
you see Eddie was commenting?
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, and I'm down with Black Lives Matter, and I'm not trying to say like that, but I'm just saying don't ever say all lives matter because they just don't. So
Oh,
Let's be serious.
that's what. So
there-
Nubi said that Kant would disagree that only most lives matter
oh
because Kantian philosophy teaches of universal intrinsic value. So it's kind of like the no man is an island kind of thing, Don't ask for whom the bell tolls; it tolls for thee.
wow, Phil, that was
some philosophy.
You know that one?
Philosophy.
that was Phil Lawson.
You know that
Go
the
on,
no
Rick.
man is an island.
Go on, Rick.
You know what that comes from, right?
No.
So it's basically saying instead of being an island where like you only affect yourself and that if you're diminished, it only diminishes you. It's like you're all part of one thing.
It
Yeah.
sounds
And
like
so
suicide prevention.
if one is diminished, then it diminishes everybody.
So how many? That's okay. Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. How many people have we pissed off today in the comment section?
Well, I don't know if any of them are really pissed.
Did we? We had a lot of hot takes today,
Yeah, we've been rolling on comments.
but everyone's pretty happy.
Yeah, they've been fine.
Oh, cool. Good.
Pretty happy.
Okay.
Love it. Jay likes it how that it zooms in on you whenever you drink.
On me?
Yeah.
Oh God. Thanks, Jay. You're still listening, buddy. Was that Jeff Hildebrand? Oh no.
No.
I was gonna say I didn't know Jeff would watch it. Okay.
He's watching for me, if anything.
Oh, okay.
It's not about you.
Damn, boo.
Uh-oh, ruthless. For anyone that wants to know, Ruth is available. So if you ever want to meet Ruth, she's
Not
at
really.
the 18th
Not after
Amendment.
this podcast.
Have you met Ruth?
She's at the 18th Amendment. Come and buy a drink from Ruth, and you get to talk to her
Be
in
careful-
person
Be careful if Jesse's lurking in the background. That's never a good
and
thing.
live. I'm like, so whenever guys come in that are
Oh,
like,
good lord!
that chase
I have no chance. of
chase
meeting a guy
after
here,
Ruth,
Yeah.
I'm like always like,
Yeah.
so what's your like you got a 401k?
What do you
do? Listen, you can't take my bartender. You're gonna need to fill out an application.
dudes are like acting completely normal, and he'll be like, "So why was that guy hitting on you?" He was fine.
Yeah, right. I've had to step in and save Ruth a couple times here. So she's just she swoons people.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's a fox.
Yeah, it's with the drinks though, because like I don't know what she puts in them. She's got like this little like love potion, like dip 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 dip, and there.
You think that's it?
Yeah,
No.
I
maybe.
thought it was just her great personality,
Oh, did you say great?
her acceptable personality.
You know when he was talking about most lives matter.
Did I just get knocked off that list?
Bink.
Damn.
So you're on that island we were talking about.
We did this.
I was trying to say something nice.
I did this
Yeah,
with a group
sorry,
of friends
Phil.
the other night. The whole like, if you were on an island, what would you want?
Oh,
And
yeah.
One of my friends was way too quick, and she was like, a boat. And we were like,
That's
back
not
away.
fair. Why would you want a boat?
Yeah.
That's never what I would
Seems
want.
like
If I'm on an island, I don't ever want to be found. So I'm just hoping that I just don't get found out there.
actually, that would make a really great movie. Just Jesse like lost on an island somewhere,
and he's happy about it.
doing random shit. Like,
Can you imagine?
He's stranded on an island, but he actually likes it.
I would really want to know
I
what
have
happens.
one survival skill. I know how to make liquor, and that's all that would happen. I'd be like, all right, I got to build a still. Like that's the first thing that would happen.
He'd be like a cross between the professor and Gilligan.
Oh god, it'd be bad. Yeah, just me and my dog Kato.
He'd
We'd
have
be
a
out there.
lab.
We'd run that thing. So no one could come to the island.
The fish would have to pay to like dock there.
Oh, it would be. I'm telling you, It'd be a franchise. I would franchise the island. It'd be Barrington Distillers, even if it's not Barrington Distillers Island. Yeah, it'd be good. Trust me, I'm ready.
Oh, I mean, you could probably name it
Is
whatever
that-
you want.
Is that going to be right next to Jeff Epstein's island?
I hope not.
Ooh.
I hope
Whoa.
not, Ruth.
It got dark really fast.
I hope not, Ruth.
Good God,
Dude, that island's for sale. Who's gonna
Ooh.
buy that island?
Nobody. Somebody's going to actually make a lot of money on it.
Who's buying the island?
Who's selling the
The
island?
Russians. The Russians will buy the island.
Who's selling the island?
I don't know. I heard it was for sale. I don't know who's selling it.
Huh.
Must be his estate.
I mean, we know what happens when things happen in locations. They don't sell.
Yeah, well, they would sell if they would have taken a good offer price.
Maybe.
Because I offered the price, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I was a young kid, and they didn't think I would do a good job at building up the business in town. That's what the guy tried to tell me. Legit.
So they refused to sell it to you because they didn't
Yeah,
think you'd do
and
a
the
good
guy
job.
that said that, Marianne brought here, and I was
They can
like,
piss off.
Marianne, what are you doing bringing this guy here? And first thing he sat down, I'm like, oh, welcome to my business that I just don't know how to run. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Marianne kind of looked at me, and he was like drunk, and he didn't know. Like
He didn't know what you were
even
talking
get it.
about.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you bastard, get out of here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, why are people assholes like that?
Yeah.
It's like if somebody wants to give you money for something that you're asking money for,
And he's an electrician that can barely
just
do that.
take the money
Yeah.
or don't. Like,
There's too much ego.
if you don't think that the offer is good, don't take it. If you think the offer is good, take it.
Yeah.
who cares if you think they're going to do a good job of it?
Yeah, I remember
It's nonsense.
telling them, well, I'm going to buy a building 2 doors down and it's going to be a competition and you're not going to like it. And they kind of laughed and, well, here we are. So, yeah, should have took the money.
Always take the money.
Who sings Take the Money and Run?
Steely Dan.
Is that right? You sure? That doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
Steely Dan.
Are you sure?
This is a story about Billy Joe and Bob Sue.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
2 young lovers with nothing better to do.
Come on, Phil.
Sit around the house, getting high and watching Tube.
Get it. Go on, take the money and run. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what happened when
There
they
you go.
decided to cut loose.
That's what happens. Aren't you happy about
It's
getting
Steve
in on-
Miller. It's Steve Miller.
It is a Steve
It's
Miller band. That is who it is. I was like, Steely Dan does not. Did
that our friend
Newbie help
Newbie?
us? Thanks,
I feel
Noob.
like that's Noob.
Thanks, Noob.
Here, okay, yeah, Noob. He's really contributing to on our topic of Kant and of
Do you wanna tell Jesse what he said last night when you asked me what I didn't want to discuss today?
I asked you what you didn't want to discuss, and you said that you.
No, newbie had a list.
Oh, Newbie, what were the things that we wouldn't want to talk about with Ruth? Here's what he said about what's the name of that? John Donne, actually, I think, is the name of the guy that wrote that No Man is an Island thing. He says, each man's death diminishes me, for I am involved in mankind. Full circle, back to what I said last week regarding changing the world simply by being part of it.
Huh. Okay.
Guess that's a theme.
Yeah, I don't think he's right. So
Yeah. Well, we don't all have to
Sorry.
agree,
sorry,
but
you're wrong. I know you're probably dead, but you're wrong.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
been dead for 300 years or more.
That's right.
Not quite 300, 220 years, I want to say.
Yeah,
something
well,
like
if-
that.
He was alive now, I guarantee he'd have a different outlook on life.
I don't know.
I think he would.
I think it's a pretty good outlook.
I don't like it. Come on. Let's all have the regular half glass empty look on life and just live life to the fullest.
Sucks to be you.
Oh boy. If you came here for inspiration today, you came to the wrong podcast.
Jesse is not your source.
Just look at the guy on the right. Do not listen to the guy in the middle. Maybe, and then Ruth 50% of the time.
Yeah. But Ruth
50?
Ruth can
That's all I
get
get.
dark. Ruth gets dark
60?
in a hurry.
60-40?
I don't get dark.
You said that lady could die.
Yeah. Do you know what what do they say about people that have a dark sense of humor? It's like they're
Awesome. Funny.
no, there's like it's like a medical thing, they think. Like if you have a
Really?
dark sense of humor. I can't remember if it's healthy or
I don't really-
unhealthy.
I don't really go to the hospital, so I don't really know what they
So,
call it.
yeah, that's how tough
Why
she
would
is.
you go there?
Yeah.
That's how tough she is.
Seems like a silly place to
she's
be.
like, I'll just die here on my bed because I don't need a hospital bed to die in.
If I can just stop thinking about it, maybe I can get through it.
Honestly, there's a thing for being too busy to be sick.
There really is.
I've had that. I've had that where I like wake up and like I don't feel good. Well, too bad. Like, I guess going to work.
Yep.
Just going.
And then you go spread it around everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Oh my! Here we go. Oh God. Listen, I keep my 6 feet.
Okay.
I don't
well,
like physical contact. I don't like even being close to people.
Yeah, this is probably too close.
I seriously, in my life, can probably count on my hand the amount of people I've hugged. I just don't. I'm not very touchy. So when Lid hand hugged me, it was like,
That's just a
I thought
interesting.
about just.
Is that like a? Do people do that? Is that a thing that I've
Lid
never heard of
does.
that?
Lid does.
I've
She's
never
crazy.
heard of that.
She's crazy. I'm telling you, she's like a witch. She does witchcraft.
Is she watching? Is she gonna
But she
listen to
also
this
makes
later?
really good food, so you keep her around.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
does she make good steak?
No, she makes good desserts.
Oh, well, that's less interesting to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, she wouldn't make your type of food.
she's not your type of woman, Phil.
Damn,
Sorry.
it's okay.
She's more of a. She's not sweet, so she has to make sweets. You ever met someone like that? Like someone that's kind of bitter. So they're like, oh, I'm going to bake a lot to fix my bitterness.
Probably most of the people that I know who bake.
Lyd is going to fight me if she ever hears this podcast. She's like, oh, it's on.
Oh, I'm going right back over there
No,
after the podcast.
Is she over there?
She's gonna be like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
She was, yeah.
Did you say you want a tart? That's sweet. No, it's not gonna have any sugar in it.
We always joke about every time she makes me a latte, she's going to put a skull and crossbones on it. So the last time I got one from there, she did a pretty good job.
I'm proud of her.
It was like
yeah.
skull looking.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's scary. Lyd, it's pretty scary. I like it.
That's wild.
Yeah. I'm going to go grab that champagne
Okay.
right now.
Will you give me a refill?
What do you have? What is that? Is that ginger ale?
Mm.
Okay. Done. Oh.
So the interesting thing about Lyd is that she actually has worked in a refugee camp in Greece a couple
cool.
times.
Recently?
Yeah, which is probably why she's
With
as
like
a-
the Syrian refugees?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. She was just there like this spring, February, because that's when I went to Morocco and Spain. Like we went over right after she was done.
Yeah.
She met up with us and then we came back together.
That's awesome.
But yeah, if you want to ever talk,
I'd
to her
love to
about
do
it,
that.
Yeah, it's interesting
That would be real. Yeah.
because she talks about like having these big.
I wish I could do something like that.
Yeah,
I guess I could.
definitely
I
can.
probably could.
She talks about these big refugee dudes that get in her face, and she just has to stand her ground and be like, "No, you're not getting in the front of the line. Go back to where you came from, in the back of the line, and wait your turn." But they're not used to women standing.
She's a
up
very
like that.
she's a petite woman,
Yeah.
and I can totally picture that.
Yeah. So, but actually, the interesting thing is, she was in Moria, and that whole camp, there was a structure fire or something. The whole camp burned out
Wow.
like 2 weeks ago, and so the refugees are in the streets now. So,
God.
yeah,
It's horrible what's going on
Yeah.
over there.
it takes her a couple weeks or months to like reintegrate when she gets back, just from seeing all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that's probably a more important topic than prostitution legalizing. So,
Sure.
talking about
I don't.
humanity.
My whole point was just that you should be able to decide what to do with your body, because
Right.
you should own your body. Nobody else should be able to tell you what to do with your body.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think like all abuse victims would agree as well. Like,
Yeah.
Just from seeing the bad end of it.
And I don't think that making it so that you don't go to jail for doing things it has to be lined up exactly with how we try to have our culture be either, because you can still teach morals, you can still teach your family, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, I know everybody doesn't agree with that,
we
but
broke the flamingos out.
Yeah, it's cold down here. Oh, shit. Sorry, Ruthless.
Thanks.
Here you go, buddy.
just when I thought that you couldn't get any dumber,
Bam.
you go and do something like this
Here.
Where is that from?
and totally redeem yourself.
Isn't that from a movie?
It's Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, you're right.
I'm going to make a quick pit stop and I shall return.
So, who thinks?
Who
Wait,
thinks we're having mimosas live?
mimosas live. Newbie, these mimosas are for you, buddy.
We don't watch out. It's a little early. Like he could probably still make it here and get one.
It's pretty.
He might break in.
It's a pretty cool podcast, isn't it? Real?
Yeah.
Do you ever get a chance to listen to it?
Yeah.
Do you? Nice.
I don't often get a chance to listen to the whole thing, but
Yeah.
I'll listen to parts of it.
It's pretty long, but what happens is you get here and you start having fun, and then you start drinking and it gets out of control.
I'm
So,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most out of control is when we go to Laurentide.
Wait, you've done live from there?
No.
Oh, okay,
Like
afterward.
afterward when we go to
Yeah.
Laurentide, it gets crazy. Especially if Noob's there, because Noobie's always out of goddamn control.
He just shows up
Psychopath.
afterward?
He's just crazy. You ever seen Old School, Frank the Tank? That's Newbie.
I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah. You've never seen Old School?
No, I haven't.
Dude,
You've seen a lot
that's
of movies.
Will
that I haven't.
Ferrell. Like,
Okay,
at
that's
his
surprising though,
finest.
because I've watched a lot of Will Ferrell.
yeah, it's so funny. You gotta do me a favor and watch Old School. You won't be that impressed.
You said he's Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
I feel like you're calling newbie names on air.
No. Phil, Bruce never seen the movie Old School.
Killing me, Blue.
There's a lot of things I haven't seen, actually.
You never seen Old School?
Too busy living.
Oh God, what a great movie!
Too busy living to watch Old School. I'll tell you, somebody brought up Adam
no.
Sandler yesterday. You know
Newbie-
how much better Will Ferrell is? Will Ferrell's just the superior comedy actor.
I can't. I'll tell you, Happy Gilmore to this day, I have more quotes from that movie than almost any movie.
Just so you guys know, newbie is a few hundred feet away.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Protect your drinks.
I think I know where he is.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So here's I'm gonna have to fight. I don't want to contradict. I got to stick up for my boy Adam Sandler. He ruled the '90s.
You would be Adam
Ruled
Sandler.
I did. I mean, I like some
He
of his
ruled.
movies, but
Happy
I think
Gilmore.
Will Ferrell was much funnier.
Tell me you've never picked up a golf club or been on a putt-putt course and ever quoted Adam Sandler from Happy Gilmore. Just some. I need you to try to tell me.
See, that came out when I was learning to golf. So as soon as we got off the front tees where the adults could see us, that's the only way you hit the ball.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how are you going to say that then? Because if you
Which is why to this day I'm not good at golfing.
if you
I
grab a
can't hit
golf
the ball really hard though.
I was on a putt-putt course, got down on my hands and knees, and I'm like, "Are you too good for your home?" Like, you don't hit the ball. Like, I've done it before. Like, come on, that is a classic movie. That is way too good. Beats the piss out of. Well, Bob Barker beats the piss out of him. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not denying that he had some funny movies. It definitely took a wrong turn somewhere around, 50 First Dates and Spanglish.
Yeah.
But Will Ferrell, come on.
Well, I like them both, but you can't sleep. Even think about Grown Ups.
Waterboy.
We named a drink after the movie Grown Ups on our thing.
It's not that good of a movie.
Yes, it is. It's an awesome movie. What's not great about it? Everything's great.
It's pandering.
So
It's
good. It's great. It hits all the right spots. It's funny.
maybe it's just a difference in maturity level.
I don't know. I think it's a great movie. So
You could be Adam Sandler, like in another life.
yeah, probably.
Maybe that's
probably why you like
that's
him.
it. Yeah.
I get drunk and I see penguins all the time. That happens. Yep.
Probably true.
It is true. So Mary and I were talking about going on a vacation shortly here.
What's that?
Have you guys ever been to Maine?
Yeah,
No.
No.
I lived there.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was young.
No. Yeah. So
In
I
Bahaba.
No, way up in Oakfield. It's
holy
like
shit,
an hour
you were
from Canada.
way
cool.
up there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
See a lot of moose.
Mhm.
Cool.
Did you ever fight a moose?
No, my dad climbed a tree one time though.
Your dad climbed a tree.
I've climbed trees. Was he
No.
climbing a tree near a moose?
Yeah, he was walking through the woods and it was like rut season, and he was like,
Oh.
I ain't getting close, and
Mm-mm.
was up in a tree for like half an hour waiting for the thing to leave.
Well,
But yeah, those things can run like 45 miles an hour. So
Oh, they're
yeah, no chance.
so
They're
I've
unbelievable.
been up to Maine to go hunting in Penobscot Bay. If anyone knows where
Okay,
that is. But yeah, we're like, where the hell do you go to like vacation? I don't want to go to the big city. What is it, Portland? Right? Yeah.
Oh, Portland's
Portland,
fine. It's not big actually.
Oh, is it not?
No.
No.
And it's right on the water too, so you can get really good seafood.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, 'cause
There's
that's
a good donut place there.
Bar Harbor's far up there. We were thinking about doing that. I was like, dude, no way. That's farther than Penobscot.
Acadia National Forest is really nice if you want to be on the water. But yeah, there's a mountain a little further inland, Mount Katahdin, that I've hiked a couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Mary said she wanted to go lobster. Like she wants to lobster fish.
Oh, that'd be fun.
No, this is the same girl. She can't even put a worm on a hook, and she thinks she's gonna.
You don't have to put.
It's a
You don't have to
cage.
She's
use
gonna
worms.
grab a cage with.
You don't use worms.
She doesn't like to get dirty. That's all I'm saying. She's like, I could see her like, like the lobster starts snapping it.
Oh yeah,
It
as
would
soon as
be-
it starts like flopping.
it will be a shit show.
Mary, I don't know
promise
if you know this, but they don't. I don't want to make any assumptions. I just want to make sure that you're aware that they don't come with little rubber bands in their claws straight from the ocean.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Don't you boil them live as well?
yeah.
Yeah.
What is,
That's an
was that
Ideally.
comment funny or something? I don't know.
Yeah, one of my friends, he says, I love how the instant she said she lived in Maine, the Maine moose stereotype started to flow. Just right away.
Oh, that's good. That's so true.
I just,
I also saw a bear.
what kind of bear?
So many bears.
Yeah, I saw a bear when I went up
Was
there.
it
hunting.
was it all black
Just big
bears?
black bears,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about my face to face with a black bear when I went there hunting for him?
No.
Face to face.
Face like 3 foot away from me. So like I'm sitting up there hunting for them, and I've seen like little ones all day. And so I get out of my stand, I got my little headlamp on, and I turn a corner, and me and this bear like look at each other like, oh, and I'm like, okay. And I started talking to him. I'll never forget. I'm like, so we can do this one way or the other. You can leave, or we're gonna have to do this right here. And the bear kind of looked at me and just walked by me, and I go, "Woo!" Thank God he walked
Yeah.
away. Yeah,
It's just the high road.
he was gonna lose that fight. Guarantee that. He didn't have a chance, Phil. So
When I was growing up, we had
no, that shit is scary as hell.
big bears.
I could feel like his hot, like he was close enough that like his breath, like you could just like feel, and I'm like, oh hell no, and like he just like gave me a look.
Did you have any kind of
around me.
did you have any kind of plan?
I had a handgun on my side, and I had a 7 mag like in my hands, and all I could think was like,
well, yeah,
he's at the
There you
point
go.
where if he really wanted, like, I don't even know if I could get some out.
you wouldn't
So,
even get a shot off.
no. And that's why I was like, so I tried to like talk him down. Like I talked pretty big. He didn't know what he was
Hey,
getting
Bear.
into.
I don't know if you know that I'm standing
You look
next to
pretty
you,
good
but
today.
I was like, listen,
Yeah.
Bear,
yeah,
I know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
You're very
and you
handsome.
don't want this, okay?
you know, come to think of it, I think we have had this conversation before, where you threatened to do jiu-jitsu on a bear.
Yeah. Like, bro, listen, Bear. Okay, I will put you in a Kimura. I'll tap you in this forest. And he walked away.
Gonna
No.
do a reverse naked choke.
Yeah. That shit was actually scary. And like anyone who's actually scared of black bears, that right there just goes to show you like they are pretty harmless. And after hunting them,
As long as there's not cubs involved.
I don't think
Exactly.
I would ever go hunt bears again, because they are like a big dog.
because they're nice. Because you like them.
They are nice.
Yeah.
Not when they start destroying things.
Well,
though.
yeah, I mean, they can be a nuisance, but the thing is like when you see their interactions and how they're actually just like pretty docile.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
they're not as
So are deer.
yeah, but deer taste delicious.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
that's the
I love
problem.
deer.
They taste too good to survive.
Ah, they
If I
do.
tasted that good, I'd expect people to hunt me. So
Did you go on a guided hunt?
no.
You went by yourself.
Well, I mean, we went like to I guess like we went to a
camp.
guide,
Yeah.
and he had stands set up and everything for us, and
Did he have candy for them?
he donuts,
Donuts.
cinnamon sugar donuts.
Cinnamon sugar donuts.
Yeah.
Because they'll like all these big like Hershey's and stuff. People like that. They'll send truckloads of their like reject candy,
Wow.
like in
Yeah.
big barrels up there, and they'll set it out for the bears.
Yeah.
That's not legal in New York, right? You can't bait bears.
No.
You can't bait any kind of
Well,
This
animals,
was
can
also
you?
back in the day. I don't.
So,
I mean,
Unless it's a
back
canned
in
hunt.
the only
90s.
time they let you bait, like is in states where they're like overpopulated. There's so many
Right.
black bears in Maine. They are seriously a nuisance. Yeah, it's horrible.
I heard that actually black bear. Here's another fun fact about black bears that I heard is that they've got the widest range of actual colors on their fur.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That they can actually be all different kinds of colors.
I'm sure. Yeah, my the guide was telling us that, like a lot of cinnamon colored like bears, and yeah, but it was fun. And my dad went up there every single day. 5 days we went out hunting. He didn't see a bear the entire time.
Oh,
There-
that
he's like,
sucks.
he goes, there ain't no fucking bears in Maine. I don't know what the hell you guys are seeing. Like he's so pissed. He's like, my dad's like climbing mountains to get in these stands where these big bears are, and he didn't see a bear at all. And it was so funny. And I tell him like, hey, like I had to yell at a bear. to,
Go
like-
over there near the dumpster.
So I seriously had to
Really, though?
had to yell. Like the real story was like I'm getting out of stand and I had to like yell like, go bear, get, like dude, like get it the hell away, because. And he's like, you're yelling at bears, and I can't even see one. Like it was so funny. Yeah, it was a blast.
I was talking to a lady to get off the bears a little bit, but
Yeah.
of encounters with wildlife. I was talking to a lady last night that ran the half marathon on the Cuke Outlet Trail. A lot of people are starting to come through and do that, so that's kind of exciting. And one of the things that they get is a drink over at the Laurentide, and they're actually staying over at the Laurentide. And she starts talking to me, and I tell her who I am, and she shows me this picture that she took on the trail. and it's this snake, and it's kind of looks like a copperhead. And I start looking
Not
at it
weird.
harder. Well, sorry, not copperhead. Yeah, copperhead. Yeah.
Well,
Kinda look-
we don't. All we have is the timber rattler.
No, that's not the only thing. Anyway,
Really?
Phil's making up snakes
I
at
think
this
so.
point.
so it was a milk snake.
So there's a
It was-
king
it was a-
cobra
so
on
she
the
was
outlet
all-
trail.
So, no, it was a milk
Everybody watch
snake.
out.
It was a milk snake.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the timber rattler is the only poisonous snake native to New York.
No,
Actually,
it's
look
not.
that up.
I looked it up yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, there's 2 snakes in New York State that are poisonous. The other one's the copperhead.
That is a nicer part about living in the north, the lack of snakes.
Well, no, up in the Adirondacks, they have a shit ton of timber.
Really?
Timber.
There's a lot of
rattlers.
timber rattlers not far south of here.
in Corning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to shut down a rest stop because there was like a bushel of snakes. I don't know what you call it. A lot of rattlers, timber rattlers there. So
It was all just loaded with timber
it was
rattlers.
just like, no, seriously,
bushel.
they shut it. They
bushel.
shut it down because I don't know if it was like during the winter or what, but like they got into
Yeah, they're warming up.
into like the bathrooms, and they were
Wow.
in the bathrooms in there. Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's scary.
Can you
That's a really
imagine?
good story.
I thought about just taking
Who
Mary
put
there. and
all
leaving
these
her.
motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking rest stop? We need Samuel Jackson to come in and take care of them.
Oh God. I used to be deathly terrified of snakes, and I'll never forget. Like it was like a second date with this girl, and I'm like walking her to her house, and there's like this snake like slithers by us, and I froze, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm nothing. I'm good." And she's like, "Oh, are you scared of the snake?" Oh, come. And she like goes grab like, "Bitch, you grab that snake!" Like I will slap you. Don't you touch that fucking snake? Like I don't know what's wrong with you. She's like trying to pick it up, and she's like this cute little dainty thing. I'm like, nope. And I'll never forget. I got in the car, locked the door, and didn't even talk to her. I was like, bullshit.
gosh.
Get that thing away from me. Now I'm not as bad.
Was
but,
there
God,
another
that was
date
so
after
scary.
that?
Yeah, but how could she ever see me as the man in a relationship
Mm.
after that? You
Yeah,
know,
it'd be
you kinda
hard.
lose it. So yeah, I was young.
I mean, you
18.
walked her to the door. I think.
No,
that's fine.
halfway,
Halfway?
halfway to the door.
Well, then there was a
That's-
snake. So
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah,
so at the first sign of danger,
yeah.
you
Fear.
ran. Yeah.
Fear done.
Fear.
Oh God,
Good Lord.
I'm so tough.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny. I always
It's really funny because you just followed your bear story with that.
yeah, I know. No, because like I told you with the real bear story, I was actually scared. I like yelled. I was
Yeah.
like, go get
Any
get the
kind of
fuck out
animal
here,
with no
bear."
shoulders, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, how do you put
What
how do you
else?
put a snake in a
Ducks?
chokehold,
Just
Ruth?
other
Like, I don't know
snakes.
what to do. Like, if I can't put you in a chokehold, I'm not gonna fight you. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would probably put you in a chokehold.
it'd probably kill me. It was a gardener snake. It was at least 3 feet long. It was huge.
Garter or garden?
Both. It was like a hybrid.
It was a garter snake. What was it, green or was it black?
It
It was confused.
Did it have
That's
some
what
stripes?
It was
Cheese on
it
it?
was that king cobra at the outlet. I'm telling you, I seen it.
Oh,
Yeah, crazy. Never seen anything like it.
It's like you ever seen a corn snake before? They got some cool markings on
They
them.
do. Yeah. What's that?
I don't
So
like snakes, so no, I haven't seen one.
did you guys ever learn about that snake
milk
where
snake,
you have
I
to
meant
say the
milk.
colors like something something you're dead something
Yeah,
something,
that's the milk snake.
is it what is
Yeah.
it?
It's the milk snake is red on black. You're okay, Jack.
Yeah.
Black on yellow.
You're a dead fellow.
You're a
Yeah.
dead
Okay.
fellow.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's
what it
what
is.
the black on yellow
Yeah.
is the copperhead, and the red on black is the milk snake.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. If you're ever wondering, Ruth, milk
I
snakes
don't.
are
I stay
nasty.
away.
What do you mean?
They are aggressive.
Yeah, this one didn't. She said it didn't get out of her way. It like kind
Yeah.
of stood its ground and it started to coil up. I think it was coiling up to run away or slither, I guess. But
Like,
Slide.
like all my buddies who worked on farms would say, like, those things will freaking get you.
Yeah.
They'll bite you. Like,
Yeah.
where a lot of them just kind of leave. So same thing with the water snakes we have. The water snakes are pretty aggressive around here.
yeah, they can be.
Yeah, people always think they're moccasins.
Right.
It's like,
They're not
there's
moccasins.
no moccasins, people. You're safe. God.
I used to think there were moccasins here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, no, and there's definitely not. But we were swimming in the outlet before. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I don't want
That's
kids,
okay. You can say
kids
it in front
to
of
do
Phil.
what we used to do and jump off the falls and have fun and all this stuff.
The falls.
Zero
Or
fun.
the wall.
Yeah.
The wall or
The
falls?
wall, yeah.
The wall
yeah,
at the falls?
At the falls, yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to do that all the time as kids because that was what was fun to do around here during the summer. And
It
one
still
time,
is.
I'll never forget, a girl goes, "Snake!" and all us dudes pussied out. We're like, bam, out of the water. Like, we see this little snake going. Like, it was so funny. We were all out, dude. We're like, nope, we're out of here. So, yeah.
I don't like, when I camp and stuff, I don't want to wake up with one curled up with me trying to stay warm at night,
Oh, that'd be cute though.
I don't hope that.
You'd be fine.
Why would that happen? Where are you camping in the out? Like, you're not in a tent? Just like,
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I slept in a tent.
Why
really?
do you think it's trying to like sun itself from you, or what are we going for here?
Just to warm up.
Because
Just to use, because they're
Phil's a
cold.
warm
Phil
rock.
produces a lot of body heat.
Just for all the
Oh,
heat I
gosh.
get. Well,
Nobody wants to know that.
snakes are cold-blooded, so
Yeah.
Right.
I kick out heat.
I know a couple people that are both cold-blooded women.
I know a couple men. that are
Ladies.
like, don't make this a gender issue.
People I've met. That's all. So
Well, we didn't talk about what's coming up that's kind of exciting for us. You're welcome to join us if you'd like to.
What's coming up?
Tuesday.
Oh shit! That's
Tuesday
close.
we've got the debates.
I forgot
The
about
first
that.
debate. I mean, if you
Is
want to
there-
call it a debate, it's only going to be half of the candidates on the stage, but
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us more about your feelings behind that comment?
Oh, he tells every Sunday.
yeah, I do every Sunday. I tell everybody that there are 3 candidates that are on the ballot in all 50 states plus DC, and
Have
there's
you
a
tried-
4th that can make it to 270 electoral votes based on the ballots that he's on, and they're being barred from the stage, so they're not given a voice here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're going to be streaming that live on
Live.
Tuesday. I don't know. Do you want to go on a little bit before 9 or?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there a drinking game?
Yeah. I made one. Phil said we can't do it because he's an adult now, but I'm still bringing it. So yeah,
Come
it's
on.
gonna be fun.
We
There's got to
can.
be a drinking game involved.
He said
We will be drinking.
since
Okay.
now
We will be drinking.
Now
What's the
that
trigger word?
Phil is,
What's Phil?
I don't know, he's like a monk or something. I don't know, something at Cuca College. I think he's a monk.
I'm a monk.
A monk at Cuca College.
Yeah.
That's his position.
Yeah.
Neat.
I
think it'd be a
he
priest.
believes binge drinking is not okay to do on live air.
It's not binge drinking.
Wait till you see the rules.
There's gonna be some binging.
I mean, think about what. I mean, just think about having Trump and Biden, and then having any kind of rule regarding drinking.
So Phil, you know how you were saying that you should be able to do what you want with your body.
Yeah,
I think you should be able to binge if you want to binge.
you should.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
He wants to do what he wants to do with his body.
Okay, you can take little sips and I'll play proper.
Okay.
Mary's
deal.
Mary's gonna be here.
Is she going to be on
She's
with
gonna
us?
be like Vanna White.
Can she be on with us?
Mm-mm. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to be like Vanna White. 'Cause
Is she just
we're
going
gonna
to
have a board.
show up with the booze?
We're gonna have a board. Remember, we said we're gonna.
Is she going to clap?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think she can clap. She's got like one hand.
You know, Vanna
Never
White
seen
has the Guinness World Record for clapping more than anybody else.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Every time she turns a letter, she has to clap
No, because I thought we were gonna get a whiteboard. And we're
for
gonna,
like 40 years.
weren't we gonna write things down like good quotes or like try to?
Do
keep
we
track of
have a
things?
board?
Yeah, I got lots of boards.
Yeah, bring one.
There's boards upstairs.
Yeah,
Maybe we could just use that like weird area over there. It looks like a chalkboard.
leave that alone. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so join us on Tuesday, probably, I don't know, what do you think, like 8:45?
Yeah, you can watch the debate and us at the same time. It's not
Right.
like you're not gonna be able
Well-
to watch the debate if you guys watch us.
So
We're gonna have it on.
we're going to stream
Are you
the
gonna-
debate. So
you gonna
you can
split
watch
screen
the
it?
debate with us.
Yeah.
It'll be a it'll be a picture in picture.
Split screen.
So you'll be able to see them and hear them, and you'll be able to hear us and see us. And
We're
I'm
not.
pretty excited about it. And if we get booted for some reason, just keep following, and we'll kind of pop back on. And we might have to just be a companion at that point. You might have to turn it on your TV if we get kicked off for that. But I think we'll be able to stream it.
Yeah, and we're going to try. It's not like you're not going to be able to hear it. We're not going to talk all the way through. We're going to try to just maybe at specific points or at commercial breaks, we'll put in our opinion. But if you want some funny takes and our opinions, and it'll be pretty it'll be pretty lighthearted.
Can we put together a bingo card by then?
A bingo card.
Yeah. That we can send out to our viewers so they can participate.
Sure. Yeah, with the drinking game.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's gonna be funny. There's gonna be some hot takes from this debate. Why wouldn't you want to watch it with us? If you're at home by yourself, I'm telling you, watch it with us. It'll be so much fun.
I mean, there are a few reasons to watch it with us instead of where you might otherwise find it. First off, we're going to be having way more fun, and we're going to probably make you laugh. Also, you don't want to sit and watch the spin on these news networks. Like, you don't want to sit there and listen to CNN just bash on Trump the whole time, and whatever Fox bash on Biden and whatever else. You want to see what
you just want to see someone having fun.
Yeah, so let's do that.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
I promise to bash on both of them.
Yeah, they're both gonna get it.
And be a little sour about your other choices.
And I promise to say Joe Jorgensen's name unlike any of them will.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it constantly, but I definitely at least more than twice probably.
Yeah. Just gonna be like in the background, he's gonna be like,
well, you know what Joe Jorgensen would have said in this situation is we should have.
Here's what her comeback would have been.
Yeah, she would have actually done this instead of just talking about it.
I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I really think people that watch it at home with us are gonna. If you think it's too boring to watch on your own, I'm telling you, watch it with us. Comment. We'll comment back. If you guys have questions, what we think, we'll jump in. And
we want you to participate.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
So it's not just us doing this and talking about it. We want your input on what you see happening. We want your fact checking live. We want we want you kind of telling us where maybe you think that they're right or they're wrong or otherwise, and then we can talk about that too and really get a feel for what's going on instead of just kind of their talking points that they've put together.
And I was thinking we could even flip on CNN and Fox and have a little fun with them too.
Yeah.
And see what their opinions are. It'll be funny. It'd be funny to see both sides and see what they think.
Yeah, I see that to some degree, but on the other hand, I'd rather just not even.
You don't think so?
Be tainted by their spin. And,
I laugh when I watch them at home. I flip because I think it's funny. Like, you'll be like, they will literally, Trump will say something or Hillary would say something, and like you flip to one and one's like, wow, Trump killed her on this. They'd be like, oh, Hillary killed Trump. I'm like, yeah, was I watching the same debate?
No,
like, I don't know what I was watching. I think it's funny.
So what I want is for you folks to tell us who you think won. I want to see who you think was crushing who and why.
Yeah, I just don't see. I don't see Joe Biden doing well in this. Trump is a bully. He's way too good at it.
Did you see the earpiece gate?
No,
they were saying he had like a hearing aid or something, like a flesh-colored earpiece in during the town hall, whatever.
Which one?
Biden. So they're saying that people might be trying to feed him answers, and like, well, he has to still be able to string it together into a sentence without forgetting where he is halfway through and saying, "Laughed, you stupid bastards."
Trump is gonna.
Did you see that? Have you seen that going around?
Punches. What's that?
That like 4 years ago, Biden was speaking at I think at a military base overseas, and he was telling everybody something. He's like, "Clap, you stupid bastards."
Really?
Yeah, that's been in the news for the past like 2 days or so.
That sucks. To be him.
Jesus Christ.
He can beat Trump, but what he needs to do is what Hillary did was he had way too much ammunition for her. That was the problem. She gave him way too much ammunition. Biden can win this either by pressing him or not falling into, because what Trump does
Right.
is he'll set you up. He
does.
sets traps
Yeah.
and he waits for you to hit the trap and then he'll nail you. If Biden sticks to the piece and
Right.
doesn't banter with him,
Yep.
he'll be okay. Or press Trump, because what Trump likes to do, like every great politician, he likes to like circle. He'll never give a full answer. Like,
Yeah.
if I was Biden, I would say I will not let Trump leave that stage until he describes his relations with Russia, until he describes the collusion, until because I think.
Do you think he wants to talk about relations with Russia after what just came out with his son?
Well, then there you go. He
Jesus.
can't even do it. But
He can't even do
that's the
that.
one big slam on Trump is the Russia, and then it would be his taxes. But at this point, who gives a shit? Really?
Nobody cares about his
Yeah.
taxes.
So I mean, but I guess now
They're going to hammer him on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, why?
But it's a done deal. It's just like what
Yeah. It's over.
He probably said she was going to die 2 weeks ago.
Trust me, I guarantee that 30 to 40% of right-wing people would be in arms if Roe versus Wade got.
It's not going to.
Trust me, it's not
going to happen.
I know that. I mean, there's those conservative Republicans that stick to their guns, but a lot of the voting crowd, I think, are slowly getting away from a lot of that shit. So, yeah.
You think so?
It's changing. Like my friend group are not what their fathers were or what.
I know some people that still really think that that's something important to them, is to legislate those conservative morals. I don't know if conservative is even the word for it, but those.
What is the word?
It's just a moral. I wouldn't try to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tag on it.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to put a tag on it, but to legislate those morals as far as all the things that we've been talking about that the different parties want to restrict.
Yeah,
and there's some people that are still pretty passionate about that, but I think it's a small minority.
It's changing. I'm telling you, it's just like.
But they still keep voting in the people that are going to do that.
Okay, I know it feels like we're kind of trying to wrap up, but before we do, why do we have people 70 and over representing us?
Are you talking about here in Penn or for
in general? Why
for
do we not have
on the national level?
people
On the
coming
national
through?
level, do you know the reason?
Well, it's impossible to get in because of the term limits. But
and I mean, you look at the Democratic Party for a great example. Is that like they have this whole tradition of you have to wait your turn kind of thing.
Ooh,
like
that sounds awful.
Yeah, but they have this whole tradition of like you have to have been in a couple primaries probably before you actually get the nomination. You have to have like held these different positions instead of just being the best person right now. Like they have to have and I think from both sides you see that people will come after you for lack of experience. And I don't know how they let Obama in.
Right.
I don't know how they let Obama in.
Thank God they did, because you want to talk about, he's the most well-spoken president ever. The way he
behind Reagan.
Okay, well, no, I'm saying, like, I guess as long as I've been alive, like listening to his speeches and like all that fun stuff, you got to admit, every time he did
since the 90s,
91, yeah, but every time he spoke, like there was no what the hell is he saying? There's no like having to decipher. You knew what he meant, and
but did you really though?
And I know people like to bash him, but I'll tell you, he did give people a sense of security. The way that you felt like he could go into a meeting with somebody, and
it's just like all these people want Big Daddy to tell them what to do,
right?
Which sucks. That part of humanity sucks.
It really does.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Tuesday's going to be
wild. and we didn't get a chance to talk about it, so hopefully we get a chance to rattle it off on Tuesday or maybe next weekend. But I think a lot of people are getting stirred up about what Cuomo is doing with this new vaccine commission to determine whether or not it's safe. And I see some really interesting responses to this already. And when the vaccine comes out and either he or Trump first off decide that I have to go soon. Okay. I have to go in like a couple minutes.
He's meeting a bunch of old people.
Yeah, I have to go have a meeting at 2. So
that's right.
Yeah. But it's going to be really interesting. There's going to be a lot of people dancing around the topics, because if Trump says that it's ready first, And
Would you take the vaccine?
I don't know.
No way in hell.
I have to evaluate that.
Why?
So
Because I think
do
I
you
don't-
get the flu vax every year?
yeah, do you?
No,
I don't. Like, why the hell would I want this?
I get it sometimes.
I don't even know
Um,
if I had my vaccines when I was a child.
Oh god damn it! Ruth has smallpox.
Damn.
Probably
Get
do.
out of here.
I'm the healthiest person around.
Yeah. Yeah. She just, instead of getting the shot, she
She's
just
got mumps and smallpox.
licked dirt.
My mom took me over to get chicken pox, that type of deal.
Your mom took you to get chicken pox?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'd fight my mom, even though she'd win. I'd fight her.
Well,
Mom,
there's
I'll
this
fight
thing
you.
like if you get them
You
when
know
you're
better.
younger,
Yeah.
you handle them better. But if
You
you're
don't
like
remember chickenpox parties?
if you're a
No.
teenager and you get them, like,
If my
be a
mother
rough.
set me up like that, I'd fight her.
but
And I know you're listening, Mom. And I'm gonna see you soon. I don't want to fight, but don't. If I find out you set me up for chicken pox, because I remember those.
Jesse
weren't
would
fun.
run. Jesse would run away like a little bitch.
Listen to me, Mom. Okay,
Watch
I'll
out.
jump over that couch again. Okay,
will
you
get-
can't catch me.
she will hit you with a
Jesse was
flip-flop.
jumping over the couch on the way away from her, by the way, not toward her.
Yes. Run away. Yeah, cool. And one more thing before I go. Dan Crenshaw, Tulsi Gabbard,
There's a movement to try to make that happen.
24. I want to see those two run. I want to see her win the Democrat Party, him win the Republican Party.
You
Or
want them to run against each other.
Either against each other.
There's a
or
movement for them to
get
run on the same
together. That would
ticket.
be insane.
Yeah.
A Democrat and a Republican. It'd be out of this world. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, but I had this conversation yesterday with my brother, and I said, to me, it's still two statists.
Dan Crenshaw is legit. He's a good dude.
No, I'm not saying that they're like completely unpalatable. As far as the mainstream parties go, I don't know if mainstream is the right word, but as far as those parties go, I think that they're some of the best ones that they have. But it's still two people that want to grow the government. They're just trying to debate over how.
I don't know, because Dan Crenshaw, you can change. I've seen him. You can change his mind. You can't, if you come with a good enough opinion and it makes sense, he's willing to listen. Now Tulsi, on the other hand, Tulsi's a little staunch. She holds her ground harder than Dan does. But I mean, I don't know. If you get a chance, you should really follow some of the stuff Dan Crenshaw does. I mean,
I've seen.
he's a
bit of
good
it.
dude. Yeah,
All right.
and he's got an eye patch. So
I gotta go.
All right.
You guys can go without me if you want.
No, we're
But I
good.
gotta go.
we're done. We got
All right. So everybody, be sure tune in Tuesday night.
Like, comment, and share.
Like, comment, and share.
Yeah, every time.
Invite your friends to watch this with you.
Yes.
Oh, you could even host your own watch party,
Yeah, you can host a watch party.
right? And then just do it with your friends.
Yeah.
So, but make sure you participate on Tuesday, because that's part of how this all works, and we want to see ideas other than just ours.
Yep.
So, watch on Tuesday.
Sounds good.
It's going to be awesome. Watch it with us. Thanks, Ruth.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Ruth. RuthSommers.com if you need a website.
RuthSommers.com. SOMMERS.
Yeah, you're right. We should clarify that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sommers.
Sommers.
Som.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great couple days.